So for part 1, we completed the bottom of the snowman. For part 2, we are going to make the middle snowball as well as his head. You'll need the white that you were working with. You'll need a little bit of orange and a little bit of black. You'll want 2 buttons, or however many buttons you want. These are 1-inch buttons. And then for the eyes, I used 12mm safety eyes with the backings, and I have some thread and a needle just to sew these buttons on. And we'll still be using our G or 4.0mm hook. You'll need a tapestry needle at the end to weave in your ends. So we left off at row 34. So you should have 34 rows. And for row 35, we are going to increase in every stitch around. So basically we are going to make 2 single crochets in each stitch around. And then move up your stitch marker. So go ahead and make 2 single crochets in each stitch around, and then I will meet you back here for row 36. We're just going to single crochet in the round. So 1 single crochet per stitch. Just keep moving up your stitch marker. So for rows 36 through 48, we will just be single crocheting all the way around, 1 single crochet in each stitch. So go ahead and do that until you reach row 48. So 36 through 48 is all single crochet in the round, and then I will meet you back here and show you how to do rows 49 and up. So once you've completed round 48 and you're ready to move on to round 49, for round 49 we are going to do 6 single crochets. 1, 2, with your stitch marker, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we are going to do an invisible single crochet decrease. And that is the pattern we are going to repeat all the way around. So 6 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then an invisible single crochet decrease. So go ahead and do that all the way around, and then I will meet you back here for round 50. Moving on to round 50, we are going to do 5 single crochets, move up your stitch marker, 3, 4, 5, and then we will do an invisible decrease, and that is the pattern we will repeat all the way around. So 5 single crochets, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then an invisible single crochet decrease. So go ahead and do that all the way around, and then I will meet you back back here for round 51. So now we are on round 51, and for this round we are going to do 4 single crochets. There's 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to do an invisible single crochet decrease, and that's going to be the pattern for round 51. So 4 single crochets, and then an invisible single crochet decrease. So go ahead and do that all the way around. So once you get to the end of round 51, we're kind of going to take a break from crocheting because we are going to want to sew our buttons on before this gets too small. So grab your buttons. It doesn't really matter where you sew them because there's going to be no seam, but I'm just going to sew them across from my stitch marker. So I will place those 2 there, and then I'll sew it with my needle and thread. So go ahead and sew your buttons on, and then I will meet you back here to finish this middle snowball. So once you have your buttons sewed on, you will want to start filling the second snowball with polyfill. You don't have to stuff too much, just enough, because then we'll keep stuffing as we go. So that's a good amount. It'll leave me some room to keep crocheting. I have to trim some of this thread here, but yeah, so you'll have your buttons, and then stuff a little bit more of the polyfill in, and then we are going to continue closing up this snowball. So for round 52, we are going to single crochet 3 times. Move up your stitch marker. So we single crochet 3 times, and then we are going to do an invisible single crochet decrease, and that's going to be the pattern to repeat around for round 52. So 1, 2, 3 single crochets, and then an invisible single crochet decrease. So go ahead and work that all the way around, and then I'll meet back here for round 53. For round 53, this is going to be our last round that we are decreasing for this middle snowball. So we will do 2 single crochets, move out the stitch marker, and if you've already guessed, we will do an invisible single crochet decrease, and that will be the pattern to repeat for round 53. So 2 single crochets, and then an invisible single crochet decrease. So go ahead and repeat that all the way around, and then we will meet back here for row 54. Okay, moving on to row 54, we're going to start forming the head snowball. You might want to add a little bit more polyfill to your middle snowball. So for round 54, we are going to do 2 single crochets per stitch all the way around. So just repeat that all the way around. We are just increasing by making 2 single crochets in each stitch around for round 54. For the round 55, we are going to just single crochet all the way around. And then we are going to keep single crocheting all the way around until we get to round 64. So rounds 55 through 64 are just 1 single crochet in each stitch around. So go ahead and do that, and then I will meet you back here for round 65. Once you have round 64 done, it should look something like this. So the head will be forming, and now we'll be closing it back up by decreasing. So for round 65, we will be doing 4 single crochets, move up the stitch marker, that was 2, 3, 4, and then we'll do an invisible single crochet decrease. So go ahead and do that all the way around. 4 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then an invisible single crochet decrease. Once you've done that all the way around, I will meet you back for row 66. For row 66, we will make 3 single crochets, and then an invisible single crochet decrease. And that will be the pattern to repeat all the way around. So 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, and then an invisible single crochet decrease. So go ahead and do that all the way around, and then I'll meet with you back here at the end of the round. Once you're done with round 66, we are going to do the face before this closes up. So grab your orange yarn, and we are going to make the nose with the same hook we are using for the snowman. So make a slip knot, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we are going to single crochet into the second chain from the hook, and then in the next 2 chains. Chain up 1, turn your work, and then we are going to do a triple single crochet decrease. So what you're going to do is insert your hook into the first space, pull up a loop, insert your hook into the second space, pull up a loop, and then insert your hook into the last and third space and pull up a loop. You'll have 4 loops on your hook. Go ahead and yarn over and pull through all 4, and then chain 1 to fasten off. And then leave a bit of a tail because we'll sew it onto the head. So that will be your nose. And then you'll also need your safety eyes. And some black yarn for the mouth. And you'll need your tapestry needle to sew on the nose and the mouth. So for the eyes, this is the last row is row 66. So we're going to count down 3 rows. 1, 2, 3. So between the 3rd and the 4th row down is where we are going to put our eyes. So I think that looks pretty good. I don't secure the backings until I have the nose and the mouth on, just in case I want to move the eyes. Once you put these backings on, it is basically impossible to get off. So I would leave that for last. So go ahead and sew on your nose, and then using the black, sew on a mouth. So once you have this face sewed on and your eyes in, I actually moved my eyes out a little bit. Once I sewed the nose and the mouth on, I moved them out a little bit just for them to look a little better. And then I went ahead and stuffed with polyfill. At this point, you want to make sure your middle snowball is stuffed as much as it can be stuffed. So I really pushed it down into there, and I am ready to crochet the top and close it up. So for round 67 and 68, we will be single crocheting around. So one stitch, or one single crochet in each stitch for rows 67 and 68. So go ahead and stuff your snowman, and then do round 67 and 68, single crochet all the way around, and then I will meet you back here for round 69. So for round 69, we will be decreasing. So we will do a single crochet in 2 stitches. Move your stitch marker up. And then we will do a single crochet invisible decrease. So that is what we will do all the way around. 2 single crochets, 1, 2, and then an invisible single crochet decrease. So go ahead and do that all the way around, and I will meet you back here for row 70. After row 70, you can start adding a little more polyfill if you need to. And then for round 70, we will do a single crochet, and then we will do an invisible single crochet decrease. So repeat that all the way around. 1 single crochet, and then the invisible decrease. So go ahead and do that all the way around. I will meet you back here for row 71. So for row 71, we are going to decrease all the way around. So all we're going to do is invisible decreases all the way around until we get to the beginning, and this is going to be the last round before we completely seal up the hole. So if you need to stuff as much as you can into the head before you close it up. So keep decreasing all the way around for round 71. So once you reach the end of the round, go ahead and fasten off. Leave a bit of a tail to close up the hole. And then you can just take your stitch marker out. And this is the last chance to stuff any remaining stuffing you want to put into your snowman head. So next we're going to need our tapestry needle to finish this off. So thread your yarn. And how we're going to close up this hole is we are going to go through the outer loops of the top stitches. So this is the top stitch. We're just going to go through the outer one from the outside in, and we're going to do that for the next stitch. So just the outer loop of the next stitch from the outside in, and we're just going to keep doing that all the way around. And once you're back to the beginning, all you have to do is pull it tight, and that will close up the hole. So then you can make a knot. I just push it through a couple stitches, wrap the yarn around, pull it through. That makes a nice knot. And then I'll just go back down, come out the side of the head, and then I'll cut my yarn here. So that is it for part 2. I hope this was helpful. If you would like to subscribe so you are notified when part 3 is out. And for part 3, we are going to do his hat, his scarf, and his arms. So thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below.